Una ko na kayo, I need to say sorry but I have to do this for the content. Hear it. You're back to, I think, the last episode for Room Fillers Podcast. Not the last, but the last time filming this because I filmed like this all, first 5 episodes. I don't know if it's 5. I lost track and did not count, but anyways, you know me. I'm your host. This is Charles. This is Room Fillers Podcast, your collector's podcast. I know this is redundant to be a content, but you also need to check what's with me and what I do and what's my opinion of your obviously my top 5 fragrance. Okay? Wala eh. Kailangan natin gawin. Bibilis na lang natin to. But just some quick backstory. If you've watched the first 4 episodes that I released, you already know my preferences, what I like if you've known me in the community, or as well as if you are my office mate or I've worked with in the past. You already know some of the scent profiles that I lean towards to. Siguro I'll just create another episode again for my favorite notes or favorite accords. But for this particular, these are my top 5 fragrance in a minimal collection, which is about 12-ish, 15-ish top, whatever. I mean, fragrance collection. Hindi ko na papatagalin pa. Let's go first to the designer. Nag-iisa lang po sa collection ko. Only one designer. It's Moschino Toy Boy. So, quick background. I blind bought this one as well. Sabi ko 100% yung collection ko blind buy. But besides the fancy looking bottle of Moschino Toy Boy and yung ulo ni Teddy, natabi ko tuloy yung mic ko. Ulo ni Teddy Bear na natatanggal. No? Sarap paglaruan ng ulo na to eh. Kung saan mo pwedeng ilagay. Nagiging meme siya. Smelling this fragrance again, heavy florals, spicy florals. Yun talaga eh, no? It gives off that vibe. It doesn't, for me, it's not that good. If you get off close to the skin, you just to try to smell it, but it's really good in the air and it has some sort of appeal. And even my girlfriend, my partners, when I try to use this one, nababanguhan siya eh, no? I've received 1-2 compliments using this because I seldom use Toy Boy. I have a heavier, darker fragrance, but when I use Toy Boy, though others would say na it's a unisex type of fragrance, others would say leaning femme, but real men wear florals. That's my take on it. If you can wear rose-based fragrance, it gives up that good masculine vibes as well. So, isang designer lang. Napaka-simple. That's Moschino Toy Boy. Let's go on to my favorite category. Again, hindi nga ako niche snob. Let's go for Dupes clones. Nag-iisa na lang. Yeah, nag-iisa na lang ata eh. In my collection, it's Alwatania Cayenne Classic. Ayun, very reflective. Pasensya na po. But this is Alwatania Cayenne Classic. You might have known this fragrance in the Philippines already. Okay, and that's for the dupes that I can't let go. My top 5. Like I said, a majority of my collection now are niche, but hindi ko ma-let go tong Alwatania Cayenne Classic. It's so good. Special mention. My favorite before. Nawala na yung full bottle ko. Nabenta ko na rin siya, but if you're leaning towards a starter tobacco fragrance, you can never go wrong. Na-feature pa yan ni Jensen's yung comment ko. Rayan Tradition Insurrection 2 Wild. A good, not saying clone, but somehow similar vibe to, tawag dito, Surge of Naxos, Pure Havan, yung mga ganong level, the sweet, honey tobacco fragrance. Okay? Going to the Middle Eastern house, I don't want to label it as niche nor I don't want it to label as dupe. since Rasasi for me is a special place in my heart, I cannot call them a clone house. They were never a clone house. They have a budget affordable line. By definition, I could say they are also a niche house, just more on the affordable one side. But this perfume is almost empty because this is my gym. Hindi siya nagfo-focus. My gym scent. Always my go-to, my dumb reach, since I'm not a fan of blue. You already know by now. Don't have any blue fragrance. I don't have any much of an aquatic fragrance or fresh fragrance. This is the only one that I have, and it's coming empty right now. It's Rasasi na Faisal Shagaf or Shagaf by Rasasi. It's for home, no? So it's leaning towards, again, floral, heavy floral, sweet type of fragrance. I really love this fragrance because it's simple. And though it's overly, others would say overly projecting and annoying at some point, yes, and it has a good sillage. So be careful, if you will, blind buy this one, because you should have, good, or should have at least a preference for fruity, floral, sweet type of fragrance. This is the summary of Shagaf. Be careful, but this one is a good house. I'm not bashing Hawas Eyes or whatever, but there are a lot more better options in the house of Rasasi than Hawas and Hawas Eyes. Try this one. Next, let's go to budget niche and my signature right now, most complimented in my arsenal, Mancera Red Tobacco. Napakasimple. No? Actually, yung first time ko binlind by ito, sabi ko, parang nagkamali ako. May gamot totoo, really. The tempera vibe na parang ganun siya sa atomizer. And even when you spray it, talagang uubo ka talaga eh. Hindi talaga kaya ng mapapaganong especially if you sprayed 2-3 times. The first time I sprayed this one, sabi ko, fuck, nagkamali yata ako. Parang hindi ko ata gusto. Parang gusto ko ibenta agad. But eventually, I made a good dent to it. No? Though may nagdecant, pero it's really good. I got complimented the first time that I used this one by a director of I don't want to say who, but a director from the company. Twice, as well as randomly from a person. Ginamit ko na rin siya sa isang event. Got complimented as well sa mga enclosed space. Basta dun sa part ng dry down, and even my friends, I tried them on. Ayaw talaga nila sa opening, pero pagdating sa dry down, grabe. Sobrang bango ng Red Tobacco. Just be careful with the opening. That's it. And for my last luxury niche, kailangan talaga to may category because sabi ko, dito talaga ako na mind blown kung bakit nag-i-exist tong pabong to, hindi natin alam. Arabian Oud Asil Special Edition. My God, this fragrance. No doubt, you should have your nose on this fragrance. Caramel, vanilla, the petrichor, yung tawag natin na ozonic accords, and as well as the smoothness of, some florals. Best fragrance that I've tried right now, that I owned and tried. Wala na akong masabi. Sobrang nagbago yung perspective ko nung naamoy ko siya. Sabi ko, ganito pala yun. Ganito pala yung Arabian Oud. Okay? Kaya pala siya mahal. Ito muna, Asil Special Edition. You should try this out. One of the best gourmand fragrance. Sobrang, para pag naamoy ko to, parang ang sarap kainin ng braso ko. Ganun yung feeling niya. And it's really, really good. Minimal sprays, 2-4 sprays. Gonna work out. Performer, beast mode, overly projecting. Stays on your clothes 2-3 days. Lahat. Bang for the buck, performance, presentation, check. Wala na masabi. And that's for my top 5 fragrance na kailangan kong gawin. Kailangan ko talaga siyang gawin. Pasensya na. But, it's redundant. It is just a collector's podcast, but I have to do it. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe and keep on collecting.